Hello, good morning. My name is Ace. I like to draw. We're working on a 3D mesh. This is the low poly version of the 3D mesh. This is what we got so far. I'm pretty pleased with the progress so far. It's my first time making clothes. When I was learning this, I did just a body, so we've been working through the clothes, and they've turned out pretty well. We're almost done with the clothes, as a matter of fact. I think, well, actually, I don't think I know. This is all we have to really do is just add pockets. We got the collar. We got this load bearing equipment straps here. Just pockets and pouches basically. And it'll be done. At least the clothes will be done. Then we have to move on to uh texturing, which is something that I have practiced doing in Substance Painter and not in Blender. So that will be another learn as we go along and try to figure out. Actually, no, you know what? I do. I have to. I know I have to unwrap. I have to unwrap the model and work with the UVs and things like that. These are things that I've done in Blend or not Blender, ZBrush as well. So I don't know. When we're done with the pockets, I may have to figure out how I am going to attempt to learn that and stream. Well, we'll figure it out. If I have to take some days just to get a quick refresher, or I can come back with a different project and work on that in the meantime. I do have a few in the pipe here. This isn't the only mesh that I'm working on. I'm trying to get a decent flow going of this. I've only created a handful of meshes since I've been learning, but doing one on stream is really slow since we only stream for like a few hours a day for like maybe 3 days a week if I have my druthers. So I do meshes offline as well, just to get going. This is all for reference for a webcomic. I'm doing all the characters that are featured in my webcomic in order of appearance. This is the first guy, and I have the second guy ready. I could just switch to that. So I think I might have to think about doing that. Just switch to that. So switch to a different mesh and then do the unwrapping, learn the unwrapping stuff, and then maybe on the next mesh we can show what we've learned. Because it's pretty much just going to be me looking at a tutorial. I have no idea how to do this in Blender, so we're going to stop wasting time now and get right into it. What I'm going to do is I'm looking at some references here, and the way we have the straps, there's going to be two pockets here, two pockets here, a cargo pocket here, and a cargo pocket there. We're not going to worry about the pants pockets or the back pockets because those are covered by the shirt. And under no circumstance will the shirt be lifted. Hey, Locke, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a great morning. Hope you had a good weekend. No problem. I appreciate you coming by. I'm just trying to figure out what the next move is here with these clothes, and it's the pockets. I'm trying to think of the placement here. What we're going to do. I'm going to have to remove this LBE strap. Thanks, you too. What are you working on? This is a mesh for that I'm sculpting a mesh to use as reference for a web comic. I might primarily do digital art, but if I do it, without or with very minimal reference, I'm going to try to make it better. So my reasoning behind this is to keep the art as consistent as possible. Over a period of time, the art is going to, evolve, right? But I feel that without um, a really good reference, the change in art is going to be it's going to be very rapid in a short period of time. So I had this idea of just creating my characters in 3D and then using them to build it, basically just position them in a scene for the panels. So I took some time off of developing my webcomic to learn 3D art so I can do that. Only need 7 meshes, and then I can start doing the first scenes in the webcomic. And because I'm simultaneously editing my draft for the webcomic, and pretty much the prologue of it is done. And since we're in the beginning, obviously it's the prologue. I could just start doing the pages. The only hiccup that I have so far is finding out where to host it. I was looking at WordPress, but I saw some advice saying that I should stay away from Bluehost, and which is basically WordPress. I think they're the same thing. And I was looking at the pricing, and I'm not sure if I want to pay that much for because I'm I want the site to be okay when I'm not looking at it. So for security purposes, and all the security features are like 3 plans in. That's a lot for a starter webcomic. So uh, I don't know. I'm still looking for a host. I am going to host it on webcomic websites, with other that that host other webcomics as well. But I also want to have my own site. That's the only thing that's really holding me back, besides making these meshes. It is a story about 2 high school students that stumble upon a secret world government uh, project, and they want to use it to save their terminally ill friend. I felt it because a lot of people, every time I mention the webcomic, people always ask what it's about. So I was like, I'm gonna just say that because I don't always say it. I only really mention the 3D mesh and what it's for. In my little introduction video, little introduction there on the stream. Um, the story takes place in the scene is in 1972 right here in Vietnam, and it's not about Vietnam. That's just the setting. But this is where, well, actually, it's not actually Vietnam. It's actually Cambodia. But that's the first scene. So the first 4 people are going to be wearing these fatigue type clothing. All right, so that's basically what we're doing. I'm gonna remove this strap. I'm just gonna start doing the clothing, or sorry, the pockets now. So we're going to. I know this sounds awesome. How long are you planning on it being? Is it open ended? I have an entire volume written. It's going to be hey, low bass guy, welcome. Hope you're having a great morning. I'm doing great. We're just continuing on, sallying forth, uh, moving towards the completion of this project here. And well, I kind of lost my train of thought. What was that? Yeah, we're gonna do these. Oh yeah, that's right. I've written an entire volume. The reason why I actually took a few years and just focused completely on the story. I didn't even do any drawing in that amount of time. I did it first when I first started it. Yes, I had a volume written. By my count, it's about oh I kind of I almost forgot the I think it's 130 something thousand words. If you go by the critically acclaimed writer, comic writer, and I guess he's an author as well, Alan Moore. He said the standard that he followed anyway was about 210 words a page over 6 panels. So I think if my math is correct, that would be if you have 28-page issues. I have about 50 issues with just dialogue. We're not counting the pages that have no dialogue because I know that when I was writing it, I was already picturing how the comic was going to look in my head. So all I have to do is look at the writing, and I can remember the scene. So we're looking at about 50 issues with just the words, or the pages with words on them. And if I add some pages that don't have any words on them, I would say that's probably about a third to well, not, I guess it's not a third. What was that? What would that be, like 50% to double that amount? So maybe around 100 issues. I'm gonna try to do daily uploads of a page. So that's what, 50 months. So if it's still 50 issues, I don't know. But I have 3 volumes planned. I haven't written the other two yet. It's just something I always wanted to do. So I'm just doing it. I don't really. It doesn't really matter to me how long it's gonna take. But that's what I have. So I did a lot of research on web comics. Other what other people have done in the space. A lot of them don't get finished because it seems like they were. I don't know. I feel like I got the impression that a lot of people just did it. They just got jumped right into it and they didn't plan it out. And hang on, sorry. Yeah, they didn't plan it out and lost steam, or they wrote themselves into a corner, or they got a block or something like that. Or and of course there's always the whole real life stuff happening, other than a team splitting up. That's another big reason that another common reason that I keep finding, that was very similar across many web comics. So I'm the only person working on this, so I don't have to worry about relying on someone else to do their end. I can do the whole thing. It's going to take longer, of course, but I can do it. But I didn't want to run into those problems myself, so I just planned everything out in advance. So that's what I did. And I don't mind doing it that way. I know a lot of people say that you should start with something small, but I know I've been drawing these characters in this little universe since I was in elementary school, so I know it well enough to just come up with something, and it's just me just fine tuning it at this point, making sure it makes sense. There's no plot holes, things like that. Okay, okay. Here we go. No, that's body. No, not. Oh, no, that's body. We're looking for top. That's right. I think. Isn't it called top, or is it called shirt? Yeah, it's shirt. All right, here we go. I don't know why it's. Did I could have sworn I put top at one point. I must have changed it. That makes sense. Sounds like you have a good grasp. When I always have the hardest time with planning, with the planning aspect. Yeah, this is my first project. It was just I'm a complete amateur, but I did a lot of research, or not. Well, I guess you could call it research. I just wanted to see how other people did it, because I didn't really have a clue. When I was younger, all I did was I just took a bunch of paper, I folded it together, and just made a comic for fun. That's my experience. But to do it on this level, I wanted to see what other people did, and that's what I kept coming across. For a lot of my recent 3D projects, I've been using Designer's Mood Board to help me plan, and it has been fantastic. I've never heard of that. Is that a website or a program or something? Because if so, um, I'm definitely going to take a look at that. I mean, I don't think I have any problems with planning. I mean, I guess I could use it for volume 2 and volume 3, because I already have the story written for volume 1. It's just I'm just going through it section by section, and overlooking it, and I spent a lot of time away from it as well, so it could be uh, kind of like looking at it with fresh eyes. Actually, you'd be surprised at the little details you might forget over a long period. There was something that was like, did I write this? I'm like, what? It's kind of weird, but when I was reading it, it came back to me. Most, like 99% of it came back to me. Some things I don't even remember writing, which is a little scary, but it's an AI thing. As far as I know, the only way to get it with a paid Chat GPT subscription. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Oh yeah, sculpt. Sorry, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do here. I think the pockets aren't straight. They're a little like this. But we're working on low poly, and I don't want to remesh this. So it's gonna be. I might remesh the pockets though. It might be okay to do that. Yeah, I had a story that I was working on, or like brainstorming. I was going to do an animation, and I still am actually. And there was a scene in the animation where the main character of that story meets someone from this story that I've written, and it was going to be like a huge like exposition dump, right? Because I didn't really I didn't really plan it out. I didn't really know what I was doing. As far as making a story. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I tell that story? And I had this thing. I was like, you know what? I always wanted to do a comic, so let's make that story a comic. So that way, if I ever do get to animate that scene, it'll just be like, just maybe like a reference. And then this thing just became its own thing. It just kept spinning up from there. It just kept evolving, and now it's like its own full standalone story. It doesn't really rely on. And I think I'm going to do all of the volumes in every project regarding this. We're going to call it the Ace Expanded Universe. It's all going to be standalone stuff. You won't have to know everything about. You don't have to consume anything. I'm gonna find a place to put the animation as well. I'm still very interested, and that's kind of the reason why I wanted to do learn 3D as well, is so I can also practice animation with it as well. I don't know anything about animation, and I have not. 3D animation anyway. I've done some frame by frame for this channel, as you can see, for my alerts and the be right back screen, the ending screen, and the starting soon screen. I did that by hand. I learned how to do some animation. I think we had a project in elementary school where we learned how to make a flip book, and I think that week I happened to come across, when it was still new to me, a Beavis and Butthead episode. And yes, I know it is not exactly a kids show, right? But this particular episode, they were doing the exact same thing. They had an animation project that they were going to do, and that kind of spurred me to learn animation in that way, in some weird way. Hey, 99, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great weekend. Sorry, I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you're having a good Monday. The current topic is animation. I was explaining that, I think I may have said this before to you. There was a Beavis and Butthead episode where they had to do an animation project, and that week in school we were doing an animation project, and that kind of helped me get into animation a little bit. Now that's weird. Now the pockets kind of slant this way, kind of like how these polygon lines are, but then the flaps go the other way. I've always felt that Beavis and Butthead was generally a metaphor for life. I guess, yeah. Um, Maybe not the first couple of episodes. It was very, very edge lord stuff. That's going to be a little bit tricky. Well, so what we're going to do here, since these polygons are very stretched, right? Because I stretched the shirt all the way down past the groin area. So masking these is going to be a bit of a problem. Masking them into a square, that is. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this whole area dark, and then I can extract that as a new object and then shape it. I just need enough of it to do that. That's all. I was already able to do that with the belt and the straps. Only problem is I feel like they're in the. Did you check out any Games Fest? I saw. No, I didn't check it out myself, but I saw that they had new stuff for Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. It's new trailer, of course. Um, and State of Decay 3. Those two are games that I typically do play. So I'm kind of looking forward to them. And because I'm still playing State of Decay 2, so it's definitely something that and the stuff that I sent you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely want to do that to try those out. I thought the best viewers already. Yeah, weirdo bots. Anyways, well, what was it? I didn't check out that one that you said. What was the last one? Was it like an RPG or something? I think. Um, I forget the name of it, but I still have it in my message. I'm still gonna check it out after the stream because I kind of forgot about it yesterday. What was it? It was hold on, I'll get the name. Because I saw the other ones. I saw the other ones except for the yeah, no, was it Koromon? Just the one I'm currently playing? No, not that one. It's not that's not the one. It's not the one I was thinking of. Hold on. I'm gonna get the name now because I already have my phone in my yo, what is happening? I swear Discord seems like it's gotten slower on my phone. I should probably restart my phone. Um Yeah, Tenjutsu was looked pretty decent. Wait, what? That wasn't the one. How far up is it? Karma. Karma is it? Sorry, I didn't check that one out. I gotta check it out though. It's it'd be interesting because now that I'm streaming, I could just stream those games or anything really. Even though I haven't yet, I think I want to try to do some kind of playthrough later this month, whether it be Minecraft or Street Fighter or something. Since I'm currently playing those, I think that should be enough. I should have done. You know what I should do? Let me do one at a time. Shadow Hearts or Zelda? Let's go. You. It's a Pokemon like. Okay, okay. You want me to stick to? You want me to just do those first? I can do those first. I'm like it does not matter to me. All right, let's sharpen that mask and then let's mask extract right now. We're gonna uncheck that, hit OK. All right, and then we're gonna hit deflate or inflate. I mean, now we'll just shape these to look like pockets, and then we'll have pockets. Matter of fact, where are we at? Okay, mesh, right? Let's name them right now. Top pockets. like so. Yeah, all right. Okay, so I know you said Shadow Hearts, but if you want me to pick one over the other, I will. I think you said Shadow Hearts. Actually, I know you said Shadow Hearts. So I'll do that one first, and then I can do Zelda. I don't mind it. And my to those who don't know, I was planning on what I'm going to do sometime in the future is I'm we're going to pick a franchise, and it could be any franchise. I don't really have any restrictions as far as what to play. As long if it's fun, I'll play it. Okay, I'm not super picky. I know in other streams I may have said some things that might make people believe that I'm picky when it comes to game. I'm actually not. Okay, I'll play all kinds of stuff. So any suggestions as to what franchise you want to see? Those are going to be the first two though. That's not changing. Zelda and Shadow Hearts. We're going to do Shadow Hearts first, I think. So in my last 3D project, I initially only made the ceiling of a room 6 feet tall, which is low ceiling to begin with. But then it got a little extra when I remembered the particular model I was using is 7'1". Oh yeah, yeah. There's a definitely a way that you can never run into that problem again. This guy is actually real world size, and let me see what I can do here. If I can show you real quick. There's a setting that you can change somewhere over here. I forget where. May have to get back to you on that one. To where you can change this to you can make a square over here and make it display in feet, and then just resize your mesh to that. And then once you, this, I think this guy's six. This guy's like 6'1" or 6'3". I forget actually, because that wasn't actually something that was important. I just it was like a while I was creating the mesh, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can make this guy the actual size that he is. So if once you have that, then you can just make the room however it's, I guess what this would be like 7, 8 feet maybe. It was just a lack of attention to detail on my part, not a big deal. It just scaled the room up 10%. I'm just chuckling at my very newbie mistake. Yeah, I get it. But there is something over here that you can actually get the exact, no, not that, the exact size for your the exact rule size for your meshes and whatnot. I just forget where it is. I've only done it like twice. Yeah, I don't remember where it is right now, but it's either in here. Was it here? No. Oh well. Yeah, you can actually do that. You can there's like a setting over here somewhere that you can do. It was the last project I posted in Discord. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at that. So we're just moving the trying to get the pockets to look like, I was going to put something in them, but since the strap, like I was going to puff them out a little bit as if they had something in them. But the straps the way I made the straps they're going to go right over the pocket. I could move the straps a little bit and then puff them out some, but I think what I'm going to do instead is we're going to put the straps back on like this, and then I can puff up the parts that aren't up against the strap. Ended up I ended up having to render it twice because without any lights on the model, she was dark. But when I put lights in for her, it ruined the rest of the scene because all the wall, ceiling, floor, etc. are metallic surfaces. So I rendered once with the lights and once without. Oh, okay. Are they supposed to be metallic, or was that an accident as well? that clipping there. You know what? Yeah, this actually isn't too bad. Maybe I can tell you what I'm gonna do. Totally on purpose. Oh, okay. All right, let me smooth that down. I want the pockets to be underneath the strap. When you see the scene, you'll get it. Did you make a Kara account? If not, may want your username. What is a Kara account? 99. I have so many there's so many ways I could like so many usernames that I've used over the years. So I mean, I don't see anyone taking my channel name because it's so off the wall. But if somebody managed to do that, I mean, all right, I'll just pick something else. But yeah, I'll take a look at that. I don't know what it is though. I don't know like what a Kara account is. All right, we're gonna get the pockets to come back over like so. Kara is the new art platform that's stealing all the Instagram, DeviantArt, etc. people after the Meta controversy. It exploded huge over the weekend. Oh, okay. I'll definitely take a look at that. I don't mind other places to post art. I was thinking about making another DeviantArt. You know what I really hate about DeviantArt? Okay, so all right, there was this one time where I don't know, I was not vibing with DeviantArt. This is years ago, and I deleted my account. But if you delete your account on DeviantArt, no one can ever use that name again, and I don't understand why they make it that way. The account is gone. You can still log in, but you just can't post anything. So it's like, okay, is the account gone or isn't it? Is it not gone or is it gone? I don't get it. Like I can log into my deleted account still. I just can't post anything, and they cannot for some reason reverse it. So my account is still on the system somewhere, but it's deleted, and I can't really use it. So I have to make another account, and I just you know I would consider if they just if they would just let me post things on my deleted account that I can still log into, but I can't, and I don't really want to do another username. So I mean, I guess that's what I get. DA has been doing better, but you have to click a lot of things to keep your art out of AI. Yeah, and then there's that thing too. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really. That's a whole other thing. I don't even. It really just doesn't make me. It just makes me not want to post on it. That whole thing. I don't even want to care. I don't even. I just don't want to do it now. Oh wait, hold on. Let me take the symmetry off and then try to do it. Oh, I'm inflating it. No wonder. Oh no, wait, no, I'm not. You know what I'm gonna do instead? Instead of this. I'm sorry. I have so many things swimming in my brain right now. I'm sorry. All right. Let me go back to the LBE belt. That Instagram meta change is the whole reason Kara exploded. What happened on Instagram/meta? Because I'm out of the loop on that. What exactly happened? Meta is opt into AI training now. It's almost impossible to get your art removed from Meta, and they own it. Don't they have this tool on Instagram that automatically determines that if the art was made by AI? And I heard that's already busted because anything that's digital whatsoever can be marked by the system erroneously. I know that much about it, but beyond that, I mean, I'm out of the loop. And I heard people were having a problem with that. it's not so much a big deal to me because most of my art I do it on stream. So if anyone were to try to claim that something was AI, because that seems to be a big buzzword these days. If somebody just doesn't like what you did, they could just say, "Hey, yeah, man, it's made by." People will most likely believe it, because that it's like that's the big trigger word, right? But I can easily just hey, okay, here's me drawing or sculpting or whatever. No, not if it's made by. It's your art and photos are used in Meta's new AI. Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. So they're just doing what DeviantArt is doing, right? Everything posted in the past and future is owned by them. Well, I don't want my stuff to be owned by somebody else. That's going to be kind of detrimental to what I'm doing, right? If I do something for my webcomic and I decide to post it on Instagram, I don't want them to own it. That's mine. I don't know how it works, so I have to look at the thing to see exactly what the heck they're doing. Because sometimes people overreact, and I'd rather not do a knee jerk reaction to anything regarding where I should or shouldn't post my art. That photo of your dog, that's meta now. Your art work in progress, that's meta now. Yeah. It's theirs. DA doesn't use yours. If you click a little box, Meta can decline your request to opt out because it's human reviewed. Wow. Well, that doesn't sound good at all. It's semantics to say this, but they technically don't own it. However, you agree license it to them on an essentially perpetual and unlimited basis. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen what AI can do. I don't know if the way that I draw, I don't know if that'll be helpful to anyone. There's so many more a certain look, a certain style, look, or type of art that is very common in AI that I just can't see anyone wanting my art to be added to that. Those are it's usually trained a certain way. Yeah, I say own in the loosest of terms. Yeah, I have to take a look at this because I did want to post my art on Instagram. I do have an Instagram account. Let's see, LBG strap. Okay, so what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna take the instead of trying to put the pockets underneath the strap, I'm gonna put the strap over the pockets like I should have done. That's where I was getting a little hung up there. All right, sculpt mode. I'm gonna inflate. That's the thing about Meta's art generator. They are working. It has a genre and style slider with a keyword maker. It's really interesting, to be honest. Yeah, I did a really, really deep dive. Back in I think it was August of 2022 when this whole thing exploded. It might have been before that. I don't even know. Actually don't know when all this started. I was just minding my own business one day, and people were just flipping their lids about AI art. And I'm like, what? What is this AI art? And I just like I just fell into a rabbit hole, and I learned everything I could about it. I was like, it's very interesting. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really affect me in the slightest. I feel like if you were an art, I don't know. This could be. I'm not in the industry, okay. I'm my skill, my art and skill are not threatened in the slightest, right? I feel like if you're an artist, you always have the you always have a shot at just creating your own job, right? And that's not what I want to do here. I don't even know like if I could make money off of this comic or anything that I plan on doing in the future, or even on the stream for that matter. But yeah, I don't know. You know, if you can create something, you probably could create a job as well, right, for yourself in the industry. I know most people aren't willing to do that. And they don't have the time, whatever. You know, I don't know. I just don't see myself going hat in hand to someone and asking for a job or something that I can easily do on my own. You know, I don't get it. But then again, like I said, I'm not in the industry, so yeah, I'm pretty much okay with generative AI. However, I recognize that nobody, not me, not you, not even the people who invented it, fully understands every aspect of it and the ramifications it has. There's so much to it, and everybody is in a unique situation. It affects each of them differently. Yeah, I feel the same way. We got a little mask there. Okay, we're just gonna Alt M. That should get rid of it. All right, so now we have our pockets underneath, like we are, underneath our strap here, like it should be. So that being said, I respect everybody's opinion on it, provided they respect mine. I think there's an overarching point, and that's regardless of how we feel about it, it's here and it's not going anywhere but forward. So the question isn't so much should it exist as it is how we are going to live with it. And I try as best as I can to use it as a tool for the positive things I can use it for, and has possibly affected my life and made it easier in so many ways. I just want my username on the new popular art sites. LOL. Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's a very powerful tool. And when I was looking at it, I was like, my brain was clicking like how all the things that I could use it for, but I just, I'm doing it this way. I don't really need it. I could just, if I'm making a mesh, just really know. I mean, even with this, like I can still like think of a way to like, okay, if there's something that I wanted to visualize, for visualizing a concept, it's very good at that. And I see there's a lot, and that's usually something that a lot of people who want to be artists have trouble with. So I mean, I don't know. You could use it for that. I don't know all the applications of it, but yeah, I think it's a very powerful tool. But you're just gonna have to accept everything that comes with using AI in your workflow. Um, there's gain and loss either way, so it doesn't really. I don't know. It's just really up to you. I believe that I don't really need it. So, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows where we'll be in like the next 10 years? I'm not gonna. I mean, there is a part of me that's like, okay, all right. You look at DeviantArt, right? Everyone's just there's a lot of people that are just posting AI art right on DeviantArt, right? I don't see the point of me posting my art there. There's a part of me that says that, right? It's like, okay, well, you have the AI art. It's like, what do you want to look at my art for? But that's a very niche crowd anyway, and it's all fun for them. It's not like they're trying to, be, uh, malicious. And when I look into these communities and I see what they're making with this art, it's like, okay, it's fun for them. I'm trying to get my place back here. I see there's been some. Okay, I've had it write Python scripts that nearly completely automate my file management for my art and photography. Things that used to take hours now take minutes. We are using to solve coding issues in our game. Oh, so how is that? I heard that AI is not great at that, but I don't know in what context. You can upload software crash logs to it, and it will tell you what went wrong and how to fix it. Okay, that's one way. This is arguably the most intelligent conversation regarding AIs I've witnessed outside of the industry. I feel that a majority of people are very pro or very con, and the middle ground is challenging terrain to be standing on. Yes, very challenging. Um, my opinion with that is a lot of people who are against. I feel like a lot of people who are against AI and are like, oh, they're gonna, they're gonna take all our jobs. Probably aren't even in the industry. I get that vibe a lot. You don't see any art from these people posted, nothing, and it makes me wonder, like, what dog do you have in this race? But I don't know. I am an artist, okay? Um, Before I was writing my webcomic, I was posting my art. Um, it's been a long time, so I'm going to start posting my art again. So I took all my art down because it's not really representative of what I do now. Um, but my art is on the web out there somewhere. Actually, I know where. I know exactly where it is. But yeah, I mean, I don't feel threatened by this at all. I mean, I know there's a lot of companies, or so they say, a lot of companies are moving towards AI, but um, I don't know. I think it could go the other way too. I'm sure there are people out there that don't want to move in that direction, but I'm like I said, I'm not in the industry, so I don't know. I feel like that, as I've said before, if I wanted to try to make money off of anything that I created, I could make the attempt at least. I can always keep trying that, but so I'm not gonna ever feel threatened by AI just because I have the ability to make something. It's just, if it doesn't work, you just keep trying. Right? I don't know. I see it a different way. I know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not in the industry. For real, I feel like the issue is so complex that it is impossible to take a hard line stance to either extreme. There's just so much nuance. There was a time where they felt the same way about Photoshop, about photography. It's the same people. Just, I don't know, and they just, I've never felt threatened by it's like you're drawing something and then someone else draws something, and you feel, and other people feel like it's at a higher level than you, and you're getting mad. It's like, you have if you made it this far, you have the ability to learn. If there's something that you want to learn that would make your art better, then why not just learn it instead of complaining, right? I feel like that's the same mentality you have, when you argue about a new medium that comes out. We're losing human jobs. Yeah, Skynet's coming. We legit have asked Chat GPT, rewrite this code to reference this code, and it linked all the files for the reference. It saved hours of copy paste. Yeah, I remember 99. I think I told you. I took a I was actually afraid, but I took a hypothetical that had something to do with my story, and I fed it to Chat GPT just to see what it says, and actually it actually came up with points that would make this hypothetical unlikely in an actual scenario, and I thought that was very interesting. The perspective that it came at it with. Um, I feel for people who spent 4 years in school to have a program do their data entry job in minutes. Yeah, it's like a sunken cost fallacy in a way, right? Where you spent all that money, and it's not like it's not valuable, right? Some people choose to hire you based off of that, those credentials, and that's really all you're paying for. It's just you're paying for the ability to be hired. I don't know. I thought about it. I gave it some thought to going to school to learn art, but it's like I can do that for free. I have enough um ability to do that for free, so I don't know. I just decided not to do it. It's entirely likely that AI will take some jobs. However, in my limited experience, generative AI works best when used as a tool assistant in the hands of someone with a creative mind who already knows what they're doing. So in that moment, I feel like jobs are not going to be taken with AI so much as they are going to be taken by people using AI. Yeah, and from what I've seen, it looks very easy to learn. I mean, like I was able to understand like just doing my own deep dives on it, like what's going on in here. I looked into some discords here and there, and yeah, it's not really hard to get into at all. I mean, I guess that's the I guess that's the problem that people have with it, right? Because almost anyone could do it, but an artist definitely can do it better. Definitely. Is that a bad thing? I mean, I see the challenges. Don't get me wrong. That I feel like that's highlighting a problem with our socio-political economic structure more than anything else. Yeah, no one's getting hired to light candles anymore. Do you miss that? I don't. But then again, I never experienced it. I don't even know if you can use that as a as a comparison. That's just the first thing that popped in my head. I'm sorry. Anyways, the writer's strike said it best. The current level of AI eventually becomes the same thing. I can't articulate as well as the Fran Dressur interview. I don't know if that's true. I would love someone to light some candles. Well, there was something else with the writer's strike that was going on, right? They're already not being paid like they should. I think it's more than just AI. It's never just one thing. It's like with any problem, it's never just one thing, right? Oh, let me see. Top pockets. Okay, object. I'm gonna inflate these pockets some. They look like they have some some space in them. They're not ironed, right? Especially when you're out in like if you're out in the field and you had stuff in them already. Part of my job at work is I have to audit every camera the bank has in the state. Every single day, I have to check over 900 cameras across 3 different camera systems. To do this efficiently, I created a spreadsheet database of all the cameras in the order they appear in their respective systems. That sounds like that would take a lot of time, huh? When a new DVR is added, like when they add in a new branch, when they add a new branch, or at the moment, oh sorry, or ATM, sorry, internet abbreviations, right? I have to insert it into the spreadsheet in its proper place so that it remains in the order it appears in the system. Now all I have to do is take a picture of the new DVR and upload that picture with the spreadsheet to Chat GPT and tell it to insert the new data into the spreadsheet and generate a new spreadsheet, and it just does it. That's very interesting. Does your boss know about that? If he knows you're doing it that way, could he easily say, is this a job I can just hire anyone off the street to do and then just pay them a fraction of what they're paying you since it's so easy? I know that's the argument that people were saying. It's not. I know. I'm kind of half joking here, but to be fair, I'm the head of the security, so I don't have a lot of people above me. Fair enough. Uh, all right, so we're gonna just puff it up a little bit around the strap. The strap is tight on its body, sort of, right? So at least that's my approach to this. I'm just gonna puff the pocket up some. I think I can probably use the draw sharp brush and like kind of edge a little flap there. My boss's boss is the CFO of the bank. Yeah, I don't even think that it would be a problem if they did know about it, right? There's still a lot more to that job, it seems, than just using a tool to sort. right? Essentially to sort all of your audits. It's kind of how how the Fran interview went. They said the studios were generating cookie cutter scripts and paying writers less to edit, essentially writing new scripts with a generic prompt. This caused writers to earn less, combined with a bunch of other writing situations. Yeah, AI writing situations. Yeah, I know it's never just one thing, and I know a pay was definitely like the bigger issue. Just they just tack AI on top of it because that could obviously affect pay. And it's really easy to write a story with AI. Though I'm not sure about Chat GPT because there are definitely they put some things in it so that you can't write any story, right? You can't write a story about violence or sexual themes, at least, you know, not without a subscription. I don't know how the subscription version handles that, but uh, just feeding things in the Chat GPT to certain things that it just won't do or can't do, because it has limits. But you could write a synopsis or an outline and go from there, right? You can absolutely write a story about violence. The main safeguards relate to copyright or criminal related stuff. Oh, and anything with nudity or sexuality. Oh, okay. Well, that's probably the subscription, right? That's my point. Why is the editor, writer, whoever getting paid less for working smarter, not harder? That's a problem with the company paying them, not the AI's fault. Yeah, yeah, and I think that's also part of it. That's why they went on strike because it is the company. It is on the company. Basically, anything not rated R. Yeah, there's a point. There's a point where it will just outright refuse. I tried. Okay, and it wasn't anything like deplorable. It's just certain things it just wouldn't do. It does not go into, at least for the free version. I don't know how I didn't pay for it. I was just seeing what it could do. It's very easy to trick the AI. I did trick it a couple times, but um, there was one time where it just flat out refused to do anything um, related to a fight scene or something, and I don't know if there was just someone. I don't know. I don't know how it works behind the scenes, but for example, you could not write a script to test the security of your Wi-Fi network because the obvious issue is you could use it to hack any Wi-Fi network, so it flat out will not let you. Hmm. Depends on the model. Some LLMs have tighter safeguards as to what they consider a safety violation. ChatGPT, being a free public model, is pretty tightly regulated. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, ChatGPT. I know about LLMs though. Yeah, you could definitely write whatever you want with that. It seems. I don't think there's any kind of because you can do those local. It's local, right? And they have some that are specifically made for writing. Oh, if you're only using the free version, you are missing a lot. The data analysis of ChatGPT and ChatGPT 4.0 are absolutely insane. Yeah, no, yeah, I was curious. That's where I got into it. I have enough faith in my own, even though I'm an amateur, I have enough faith to just, if I feel like I want to write a story, I'll just write it. But it's very interesting, though. Overall, what it can do. Um, you you can, however, use it to write a Lua to do anything in Window for you. Yeah. That's funny, 99. That's I like that. There are other models I have to use when I do some stuff for my 3D art because even boudoir, is that how you say that? With lingerie of art nude is considered against open AIs to us. Yeah, I know there's a program, I forget what it's called. It's not Stable Diffusion. It's something similar to that, but people are using that to texture 3D models. I thought that was very interesting. Very interesting. To texture something like super quick. It looks a little weird, look like kind of like a I would say more like a realistic way that if you ever look at Borderlands, maybe like a I don't know, or a high definition GoldenEye texture. Like if someone were to actually retexture that game and with current technology, but still use the same how they took real pictures of people and just put them on their face. I guess like Max Payne, I guess they did that, right? But sort of better because you could shape the model in a way where I don't know, better anyway, better and fit the texture model over like kind of I'm thinking of like the nose, right? You can make the nose look more like a nose these days instead of just like a polygonal triangle. And then you know how if you look back in those days where they had that and they just had the face over it and it worked for then, but you can probably do that better now. I know there are some indie developers that are doing just that. As a matter of fact, they're making their own GoldenEye inspired games, but for with modern technology, and they look really good. There are other models I have to use when I do some. Oh, I already read that. I'm sorry. TOS against OpenAI's TOS. Yeah, when I said to us, I thought TOS, so it's okay. Voice to text is dropping the ball today. Most of the models that I use for that stuff actually based on Stable Diffusion. Some of it is Mid Journey based. So how does that work? You can I know I know I saw something like that where you could generate 3D models. I know that's a thing now. I don't know anything about it. I didn't look into that. I think when I was finding out what was going on with this and deep within the rabbit hole, I don't think that was possible yet. But I heard that people are doing that now. I think it's cool. We need a flap. We need flaps right now. I don't know if I could do it though because this is very low poly. I might just draw them on when the time comes because well if I have a hard line there maybe, but I don't know. Oh, that's a little too far. I'm not generating 3D models. I'm using this stuff to generate concepts that I can then use as reference for my 3D models. AI is not making the models for me. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I heard that was a thing. That was what I was coming from. I was wondering if you knew anything about that. I heard it was a thing too, but I've never used anything like that. Okay. Yeah, I know the new version of I think it's Clip Studio 2.0 has something along those lines. I'm not really sure though. I didn't want to pay another subscription to find out. I have the version before it becomes paid with all the new features. One something, I don't remember, 180 or something. I don't know some. I like Clip Studio Paint for line work more than Photoshop, but I put them both in my workflow nowadays because I think I like the colors a little bit more in Photoshop than Clip Studio. So I said, why not just use both? I just do the line art in Clip Studio and then the colors in Photoshop. I don't use most of the features in Photoshop though. I don't know. Like looking at what you're doing with photography, I was wondering like I'm sure there's a way you could apply some of those techniques to photos that you can in art. I just never did that stuff, but I know people do though. when I first learned digital art, I always thought that I should keep to just like the most basic of stuff of features from Photoshop to so I could transition back to paper if I wanted, you know. That was my reasoning for that, but I don't think that's a problem for me anymore. I feel like that if I wanted to just draw on paper, I can do it. But when I first got into digital art, I was afraid that I would lose my skill drawing, you know, in real life. So my that was where my brain went. I was like, okay, I'll just use the basic brushes and like none of the all the other bells and whistles. That's not really a problem though. Yep, the most recent Clip Studio Pro, and it does generate models. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, it does. It uses a base model and you alter it and then hit generate and it auto rigs it based off of simple nodes. Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, I guess you could do it that way, but you know they have programs like Character Creator, which is basically like if you like making a character on Black Desert or Fallout, but like turned as far as you can in that direction, like way like 11 times I don't know 11,000, right? But the problem is in the licensing. You can't really profit off of those models that you make in Character Creator for some reason. And if you're like a company, then they'll you know they'll there's something that you can work out, but it ain't gonna be like you 100% are gonna benefit from whatever you like if you're doing commissions or whatever. You know, I always like to try to keep things as open as possible. Like if somebody wanted to commission me for a 3D mesh for whatever reason, I can keep that open, you know, without you know breaking some kind of legal agreement with character creator or whoever makes it. So I didn't. I ended up not getting that program. It wasn't a subscription based program. It was a one time payment, and it was right up my alley. But then I took a closer look at the license. And I was like, well, that's not up my alley at all. You can even have clip auto color. I'm gonna assume that's auto shade and light by just removing a camera around. By just moving a camera around, it applies things like multiply layers on soft light layers. All of this on 2D images. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Our community mod Odyssey Graphic Designs primarily does book covers, and most of the companies she works with flat out will not allow any AI generated work. Like it can't even have AI generated components. I figured that would be a thing. Yeah, I mentioned that what, about 30 minutes ago. Yeah, I figured that would be that someone out there would go that route. But I know I've heard of things where people when people do hire artists that don't use AI, that they just get swamped like within hours of like thousands of applicants. So you know the the uh the market must be pretty rough for that to happen, right? But then again, you know, I'm not hiring anyone. You know, that's probably a normal thing. You know, for all I know. So I don't know, but that's you know, I'm just hearing things, you know, and you know, second, third, fourth, fifth hand knowledge here. I'm not saying any of this is true. That's just the things that I hear, you know, people say that are in the the industry. I get it, but I think it's a little ham-fisted because looking at it from a photography standpoint, for example, there is a world of difference between using generative fill to take a tree branch in the background out versus telling it to generate a subject from nothing. I'm kind of glad that I looked into AI because I feel like I can spot a lot of AI things now, and not erroneously, because some people will just blurt out AI, you know, just because they don't like it or there's something off about it. But even when the because you know a lot of things that people say about how you can spot AI, those aren't really those things can be easily fixed. But there's one thing that I feel that you can't really hide, and that's just the way that AI blends colors. It's so blended that it's like there's that it I don't know. I can't explain it, but I feel like You know it when you see it, you know? Ooh, hiring is a whole other can of worms. My business uses AI to filter applicants. I don't know why that's funny to me. I feel like, if a company can't be bothered to even just look at their own applicants, that says a lot about just work in general, just the hiring process of companies in general. We are almost always understaffed because people don't know keywords to add to a resume. Yes. And then these are the same silly fools that'll say that nobody wants to work, and then put so many obstacles in their own way that it can't be their fault, right? It's a numbers game at the end of the day. That's all it's ever going to be. Oh, I've been on the wrong end of that too. I'll give you a great example. I was just denied a product photography job for lack of experience. I guarantee you a person did not look at my application. Yeah, such a shame. I was just reading about something this morning before I hopped on stream where someone was complaining about well, that I don't even know that if this is the same thing. There's a whole other slew of problems behind this, but someone was complaining about how a lot of the applicants they received were international citizens, and they couldn't speak proper English, so they were all denied, and they were complaining about that. And it was for like a dishwasher job, which is like one of the worst jobs you could probably have. So all you have to do is wash dishes. What do you need? You don't need a cover letter for that, right? Hey, I can wash dishes, but I think that's a whole other thing, right? I have a I have a buddy who has a side business creating editing resumes for this exact reason. He saw the struggle his company was having and ran with it. Hey, realness. Good morning. You got to be able to speak to the dishes. It's like, man, nobody wants to do that job. You're perpetually wet, okay, and you're probably working nonstop, and you're in a freaking sauna, and you get paid less than minimum wage. It's like, what is the problem? Pick someone, teach them to wash dishes, or how you want them to do it. I don't know. You don't really feel like that's something that doesn't exactly need to be taught. You just learn how to do it. Well, I totally upload my resume, the company bio, and the position listing to Chat GPT, and it gives me a kick-ass cover letter. 10,000% sure he uses AI for it. Wow. You want to wash dishes here? I see you only have 6 years of a business degree. Okay, okay. Well, we need 5 references, and you need a year of management and dishwashing experience. It's crazy, man. People are losing it, and they'll complain, and nobody wants to work, and they're the reason why. They're the real reason why. Uh, oh yeah, you can't spend money on training. I've been there too. I think my last few jobs I've never been trained. Luckily I'm not. I don't have a relaxed brain, so I can learn on my own how to do things given enough time. But it's exactly how my work is. It's a waste of time to train someone. Let me see. Collar, eyes, elbow belt, top pockets, undershirt, underwear. No, 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 no. There we go. Shirt. It's only because I named it top and I look for top first, and I don't know. I don't even remember when I changed it. It might have been like last Wednesday or Tuesday, but sculpt. Oh, I see the mask. We'll remove it. That's like my job, except they'll hire you. They're hired with no experience and still won't train. Yep, seems like a common occurrence. Mind you, a bodega cat can do my job. I'm trying to teach a bodega cat how to do my job so I can sit at my desk, edit photos, and watch Twitch. Shirt, shirt. Let's go. Okay, back to mask. I'm gonna do the bottom pockets now. I'm trying to do what I did up here. Hang on, let me get my. I swear, filling a space in with a mouse once you've used the stylus, it just doesn't feel right anymore. I think it's the way the polygons are stretched. You see them? I'm trying to fill that in there, but it's not really filling in. I don't want to go too far. I don't want to go up there. I kind of want to just fill these rows here in. I have no idea. Nobody has ever done my job more efficiently than I do. I've built systems and automated virtually everything. They don't understand why I'm so good, but the truth is it's 50% autism and 50% chat GPT. Yeah, it kind of sucks that you most likely have to keep all of that to yourself in certain areas, so you don't get replaced by someone. I've heard of people firing pretty much the only reason why that department is working, and then they have to come back to that guy and ask for stuff, and there's really no reason why that person would help them, and they often don't. I know, and it's very easy to hear about the bad things, in a given industry, especially on the internet. But it seems like it kind of paints a picture, right? Keep almost all of it to myself. Yeah, smart. You want to end up training your replacement, right? I think that's part of the reason why there's no training anymore. Or at least it seems that way. I don't know. I mean, I have not worked everywhere in every job ever. I can't really say, but it definitely feels like it sometimes that this is a common thing or something that's everywhere, at least. Or when I'm going there in for a rude awakening, they will never understand how much I've done behind the scenes and how awesome the systems I've built are until they and I are gone. Yeah, rip out that system. Type in Lucius Fox in the computer, watch it blow itself up. Don't mind me, I'm just being silly. Let me see, mask. All right, we're gonna try to extract those pockets. And that is not, those are not pockets at all. Look at that. Just not good. So we have to make the area much bigger. And all right, I have all this, and I got that little bit there. So we're gonna have to go up here, and we'll just shape it back down. Oh, now it's filling in. What in the world? How many times did I fill? You saw me. How many times? Okay, did I fill this area in, and it just didn't fill in? Now it's filling in. Just need something there, and I can shape the pocket later. My boss used to not get those camera audits I mentioned earlier until the middle of the afternoon, like 2 or 3 p.m. Now he gets them typically between 10:30 and 11 a.m. Oh no, that's problem 90. That's no problem around 9 a.m. You don't have to see. I mean, but if you did see, then did you not see what just happened? If you didn't, that's fine. It's something. But basically, I was filling in this area the entire time, and it didn't fill. All right, mask, extract. Okay, even though that's nowhere near what I did, that's enough. That's what we need. That's okay. So we're going to go into sculpt now. That reminds me, did you see the new Doom trailer? I did not. You know, I haven't played any Doom games since Doom 3. And Doom 3 was the only one I played. And I'm so sorry if there's anybody out there who's a big Doom fan. I know they have their really diehard fans, and that none of them really liked Doom 3 a lot. But I thought Doom 3 was pretty good for someone who's only played Doom 3. It's all about Doom 1 and Doom 2, right? And then of course the new Dooms I think are I don't know how the old guard feels about the new Doom, but it generally they're light, right? I love Doom 3. Yeah, I thought Doom 3 had a very nice atmosphere. Even made me jump a few times. And I don't know. I'm not gonna say that because sometimes games do make me flinch sometimes. Even games that aren't scary, something just happens that didn't expect. Like, oh, wasn't expecting that. Is a new Doom coming? Hell yeah, yeah. I gotta play. What was that 2016 Doom 2016, and then there's the second one, and I guess now there's a third one. So I have yet to play those, but I hear they're good. Oh yeah, hold on. Let's rename those bottom pockets. New Doom is dope. New Doom is old Doom. Oh yeah, before I forget, I'm gonna take a slight little interlude here, just for a second. I'm going to give some shout outs, but I think there's going to be some delay. But I'm gonna slowly. Um, 99. Can you shout out low bass guy? Lock, do you stream Lock? Yeah, you want to learn about some photography? And I think there's some. I don't know if you've streamed 3D stuff yet, but I know you mentioned you do that. Have you ever streamed that? Low bass guy. You stream 3D stuff too? I do. Nothing like this though. Narrative games mostly. Oh, hey, thank you for the follow. Oh, okay. So that's weird. The shout out it cools me down no matter what. I'm so sorry. We'll wait though. We'll get some shout outs out there. I don't know why that's a thing. How am I supposed to shout everyone out if I'm on the cooldown too? Stream any what? Sorry, I missed what you said. Do you also I know you stream photography, low base guy. Do you also stream 3D art as well? I haven't seen it. I know it's mostly been photography. I was gonna shout you out next, and then we can shout out Locke too. I'm gonna check your channel out, Locke. Okay, I'm gonna follow you back when I get a chance. I like looking at. I watch. You said narrative. Oh, so you play them, right? Sorry, because I actually watch a fair amount of people who develop games as well. So not that it matters either way. I like both. Playing and or developing and watching people playing games. I'm my um interest in developing games is growing. 99 is I believe he is working on a game as well. 99 he also does variety streams and art as well. And sometimes we actually co-op on cooperative games as well. So I'm going to give him a shout out next. And then as soon as the cooldowns stop hamstringing me, I guess you got to be, higher up to keep shooting, giving shout outs. I see people give multiple shout outs all the time, but I have to have a cooldown for some reason. It's why is it such a why do you have to this is even for me, it's for other people. Why do I have to be limited for that? I don't know when I'm streaming again. It's going to be a while. Art is more important at the moment. Oh, do you have any desire to stream any of this art? I was wondering if you were going to stream last week, but I mean I guess you didn't. I use Frosty Tools for my shout outs. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I used to, but not anymore. I originally began streaming as a 3D art streamer and also streamed some games. When I took up photography, I added that to the mix. In 2020, though, I made the decision to switch to only streaming photography. Okay, no problem. I was just curious. I'm actually going to do the opposite. I want to try to do it this month, but I don't know. I've been really focusing on my art as well. Just for fun. I do like gaming here and there, and I do want to incorporate that into my stream. But yeah, I've been trying to get these 7 meshes going so we can start planning out or setting in stone the pages. Yeah, I get it. 99. I don't think that art is entertaining. I'm way more productive silent. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Oh yeah, yeah, Yakuza. I'm not good enough at 3D. Plus, a lot of my 3D work either skirts the line of being NSFW or pole vaults over it. Oh, okay. In what was that? Last December, was it? Or was it December before last? I don't remember. That would not have been much of a problem, but unfortunately people took it a little too far. uh we should probably line up the pockets with the top ones, right? So I mean, I'm just learning it. I'm not trying to convince you otherwise, but I don't mind drawing on stream. I'm not really afraid of having like a lull. The only time I've only really had one so far, and that was only because a problem had occurred that I didn't anticipate, and I didn't know how to fix it at the time. So I was really trying to figure that out. I think that's the only time, I just really just say whatever comes to my mind without, saying it just to be saying it, but basically just talking about what I'm trying to do here. And what I am trying to do here is line these lines up well enough to where they kind of make sense on the shirt. Yes, crabby people who did not read the new terms of service and were violating the rules are the reason people who are obeying the rules can't have nice things. Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, I can do my entire process without having to do anything offline. And then I looked into art and I saw, and I was like, no, this ain't gonna work. I'm going back to what I was planning on doing before. This was when I was still doing my channel art when all this was going down. I did. want to start streaming like way sooner than that, but there's a lot of real life stuff that came up that I had to kind of make all this be put into a back seat. So I didn't get to actually fully start the way I wanted to start until this past March. But it's fine. I've liked doing this. This is fine. I'm pretty satisfied with how this was going. I thought it would just be me for a long time. What did it last, like a whole day, like 2 days? One day was completely just, and that was the day I looked into it because 99 here told me about this. I wasn't really paying attention. Um, but yeah, when he pointed it out to me. Sorry, because my camera was shaking. I was wondering if the AI tracking was on because my camera has that. Anyways, yeah, when he told me, I looked into it and I was like, oh, all right. It was like people were deliberately pushing it in that direct, like way further than they really had to. And then the next day they had, okay, everyone has to do the sexual content tag, and you're not going to be on the front page. And then by Friday, this was on a Wednesday, by Friday it was back to normal. So it only lasted 2 days, if that. They really wanted to ruin it for everyone. Yeah, I just I was like, well, the moment I saw it, I was like, okay, we're gonna do the uh the way that I planned before. Just I'm not putting that tag because no one is gonna watch it. No one is gonna watch this over what you know they were showing in that tag with that tag on. So I didn't see the point. Okay, so we kind of have a little thing here. I think the belt would this belt might be a little too small. Well, you can adjust it. It doesn't really matter. You know, the references that I've seen have the belt like along the pocket flap down here, but we're gonna leave it like this. This is fine. He has it tight on his body. We still have to do this little wire hook in the center. Man, actually, you know what? No, we don't. Maybe I can just draw that. I'm just gonna have it just go around. It doesn't have to be like 100% realistic. I can always, take it the rest of the way when I'm actually drawing it. So it doesn't really. I just need something functional that I can follow. My when I do perspective without reference, it is slightly off. That was basically the main reason why I wanted to try using a reference of my own character. Like I've done a lot of pictures in the low angle 3/4 view, because I can do this fine, just straight on, but that's kind of boring. And as far as portraits are concerned, I do want to improve those as well. So I'm going to see how this will benefit. Sorry, man. Twitch was so entertaining that weekend. I just bouncing around all the streams with the chaos going. The tidal wave of twerking streams left an impact crater like the lights. It's never been seen. Yeah, that was the first thing I saw. It was just somebody's freaking booty just in the camera. I'm like, oh, all right, okay. I mean, hey, do what you feel, right? And that's exactly why I was like, I'm not putting this tag here because who's gonna watch this over that? Of course they're gonna watch that. I just want to share my process with somebody, right? I mean, I do this for fun, right? I mean, I was I'm do this regardless if I'm streaming or not. I stream 3 days a week, but the other what four? Well, I don't know. Typically, I don't really. I kind of like relax on the weekends a little bit, but yeah, I do this pretty much. Whether I'm streaming or not. My issue was not that the content was on Twitch, but rather that it was the right. it was right next to and in the same category as my three. Yeah, exactly. I don't care about that. You know, you can watch all the hot tub streams you want. Uh, twerking, you know, butt cams, that's up to you, man. I don't have a problem with that. If it works for them, hey, go for it. Make all the money you can if it makes you money. You know, I don't know. I'm sure it does. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. But I can see that if you go into that tag with sexual content on it, you're not gonna watch me sculpt a naked body over that. No way. No way, Jose. I'm not even gonna try to put my art next to that. Okay, I'm just being a realist here. I'd rather you watch that if that's what you're there for. I wanted to connect with other artists and people who like art. That was all. That's all. Just a little thing. You want to. What is this? Butt cam, butt sculpting. Yeah, I could have sculpted a butt, but you're not gonna watch that over a real butt, right? Yeah, I wouldn't want you to. Watch the real thing. Go ahead. If I could sculpt, I would dedicate my life to butt sculpting. Yeah, I have some references from I think his name is Rafael Souza. He has a lot of Brazilian models. But as a result, all of my female characters have those types of butts. That's not exactly a universal standard. So kind of have to work my way out of that. You know, I can't always use that reference for a nice butt. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Bro, the thumbnail scrolling that weekend was so entertaining. Never knew what body part that was. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it was so much. People were just drawing just straight, just dongs, um, boobs, everything, man. I don't even work out enough to sculpt my own butt. Those FF9 butts. FF9 butts. I don't get that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. They look chibi. I remember the girl who wore the orange. What was her name? Dagger. Is that her name? Dagger. They look chibi though. It kind of like throws me off a little bit. Like she has a very shapely body, but she looks like a little kid. So I can't really, I'm not really, I don't know how I feel about that art style. I mean, I'm sure it's okay, it's fine for the most part, but that one was kind of like, I don't know, it kind of got like, all right, what are we doing here? I almost said selfie, but that's eight. Yeah, I know selfie. Everyone in FF9 was caked up. Yeah, it's just the art style kind of throws me off a bit. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just they look a little young. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here, right? I like Nomura's art overall. Tetsuya Nomura and the other guy who did the Final Fantasy VII art. I do like their art. I think out of that, I think the art they did for Final Fantasy X, I think that was Nomura. Probably my favorite designs out of the single player games. 11 is my favorite Final Fantasy and one of the top favorite games of mine of all time. So there's a lot of that. I think uh, Amano did that art. Amano alone. Could be wrong though. Yoshitaka Amano. The FF9. Oh yeah, they are remaking FF9. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I wonder if they are they gonna like do something like different. like they did with Seven, or is it gonna be like kind of a remake, but not really? Seems like they're doing what Mortal Kombat did, where they kind of it's like a soft reboot, but not but also a continuation. Because they essentially did in Mortal Kombat was it was they everything is still canon, but then they reset the time, so it did happen, but it's now different. Now it's just happening over again, but different this time, and then they did it again for the what was it MK one, which is actually MK 12. Confusing, I know, but this is what happens when you keep doing time plots. And Final Fantasy has no shortage of time plots, do they? Snyder's 30. Oh, yeah, I already said that. I love there was a trend back in the day of pointing out the Photoshop work on Instagram where influencers will use the liquefy tool in Photoshop to enhance their butt and parts beyond, but they didn't address the background so you could actually see the distortion. Yep, that still goes on, little base guy. That's not even a thing that has not gone away. That still happens. I still see that. I was like, either that Photoshop or her butt actually alters the laws of time and space. I'm gonna lurk while I continue this 200-mile expedition to work. Oh wow. Well, good luck on your journey, the realness. Thanks for stopping by, and thank you for lurking. I think 9 remake is just a remake, not adding much. Square Enix is not happy with 7 remake. Well, that's the concept behind it isn't the problem. I don't think a lot of people just don't like the departure from what Final Fantasy used to be. At least to my eyes, that's what it seems like the problem is. I haven't played those games yet. To this day, I do not understand the reasoning behind making it multiple titles. Yeah, I really wish they had just made it up. Well, it's money, obviously that's the reason. But um, if they had started work on this back when they announced this, and this was in the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s, they were considering doing this remake. If they had started back then, well, I don't know what it would be now, but it would have had to start a little bit sooner. When did the first 7 remake come out? Was that 2019, 2018? I don't remember because I haven't played them yet. I'm waiting until all of them come out, and then I might consider getting them at some point, maybe during a sale. I'm not really gung ho about it. My thing about it is they've waited so long to do this that I kind of don't feel the same as I do about it than I did back then. They announced doing a remake of Final Fantasy VII when I was still like a teenager, so it's been a long time ago. And then after a while, I just didn't care anymore. After playing a little Rebirth, I get it now. It's really huge if you factor remake and Rebirth together. Well, yeah, they should be together in the first place, right? Money combined with changes, I get it. I don't support it, but I get it. Turn based isn't dead. I don't know what it is that made them go this way. Was it Kingdom Hearts? Could that have been it? They decided to just go this route. I'm gonna make it more like that, more like an action based thing. I don't know why they did it because I haven't played all the games. I haven't played Dirge of Cerberus. Didn't play uh 15 yet or 16. I did try 13. I'm gonna go back to that. I kind of at the time I played it, I wasn't really getting into it that much, but I do want to go back to that because I really dig what they did with Lightning Returns, and now I want to go. And I completely didn't even see the 13 two. I'm gonna go back and give that another try on stream now, since couldn't stream stuff, but I'm gonna do it on stream one day. All right, so we got 2 pockets. Can I get the cargo pockets on? Yeah, I think I'll do that, and then we'll do the pouches for the load bearing equipment. We'll come back tomorrow with that. I mean, this is very end changes at the end, or additions, like very end additions, right? Additions at the end of the project here. I don't mean to draw them out. It just happens that way. I'm sorry. Western taste made them go this route. More sales than turn-based games. Okay, but if that were true, then these would have sold, right? So what is the problem with this then? 13-2 actually wasn't terrible. It wasn't fantastic, but I liked the monster hunting aspect. I was over a friend's house. He started 13-2. I remember the girl, um, was her name Vanille or am I thinking of 12? I don't remember. It was the girl with the accent, right? Penelope something? I don't remember. She was getting married. It was Lightning's sister. Oh, Vanille. Okay, I got it right. Thank you. Yeah, she was gonna get married, and then something happened, and then after that, I fell asleep because I had just, I had just got off of like a long shift or something, and I went over to my friend's house, and he was playing them, and I fell asleep while there, and then all I know is that when I woke up, he was done with the game. He was done with the game. He beat it. He completely beat the game. I don't know. I think he just played through it. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. Sarah, yeah, Sarah. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't see any gameplay from 13-2. I just know that I don't even. I mean, for all I know, he probably didn't. He probably just didn't finish it, but I don't know. He said he beat it, so I don't know. I just completely missed it. I must have been. I was very tired. I might have been sick too. I don't know. Kind of Rip Van Winkle 13-2. But I did see a lot of lightning returns, and I really enjoyed watching that one. I don't remember what happened, but I saw a lot of gameplay. I didn't see much of the story. I know she had to basically do like a kind of a Noah's Ark type thing, but with the timeline from my guesstimation what was going on. And yeah, it looked really fun. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get back into this. I'm gonna get back into 13-1 and play through, and I have them on Steam. So that's definitely in the pipe, and I'm gonna do it on stream now. So you can see me fumble about through there. I don't know much. The only thing I remember about 13 is the staggering thing. Because we have that in Final Fantasy 11. I'm pretty sure that Final Fantasy 11 started the whole stagger thing. I could be wrong. I didn't play any of the 2D. I'd played six, I think. Whichever one had Shadow in it, and I think that's Terra. Is that the same one? Yeah, okay, stagger started in 11. Yeah. So I kind of knew a little bit about that mechanic and how they approached it. It's kind of similar to 11. You don't have to. You don't absolutely have to stagger in 11 though. That's just like it just makes the fight easier, or it makes getting certain drops more guaranteed, if not completely guaranteed. But you kind of have to stagger in 13. At least that was my understanding of it. I didn't get too far into it. I think when Snow got his Aeon or Summon or whatever the heck they call it in that game is when I don't know. I just stopped playing it. I started playing something else and I just never went back. And I was kind of like not really super into it. It was nothing wrong with the game itself. Everything that people complain about 13 does not affect me whatsoever because I can name other games that are like that are in the same series that people actually do like. So I don't know. I didn't have a problem with 13. I just did not get into it. But I'm gonna go back. I had Lightning got hers and Snow got his, and that's where I was at. And I think that was a snowy area. I think, if I remember, or something with crystals, something like that. I don't remember. Pokemon. Oh, okay, Pokemon outsells every hack and slash. I mean, which hack and slashes sell like that? If you, I mean, you could count Dark Souls, but those are like more classified like Souls like, right? And then there's Devil May Cry. Those still do well, and Bayonetta. I guess those could count as hack and slash, right? I don't know any other games that could possibly compete with Pokemon. Pokemon does, yes, but even Dragon's Quest is down, and other SE turn-based games undersell. Yeah, but what about what was the one you were playing? What about the one with the three factions that I wanted to play? What was that called? Triangle something? I don't remember. That didn't sell well. And what was the other one? Octopath Traveler. That's not good. Did those undersell too? And they're still making Atelier and Yeast games. Triangle Strategy. There you go. Oh, they did. Okay. Well, shoot, the way people were, talking about Octopath, I thought maybe it was, it was a return to the old Square Enix, but I guess not. People need to Phil Jackson's Triangle. Yeah, people need to stop just complaining, man, about dumb stuff, man. Hey, realness, did you see the new Metal Gear Solid Delta trailer? I seen so many people complain about the faces. I'm like, okay, look. I mean, of course you can't yell at a tsunami, right? You're just gonna get drowned. But I don't mind the faces at all. And I think the lighting is off a little bit, but that's not a deal breaker to me. It's like more like indoor lighting, I think. I'm just speaking about Square Enix. They make them and fans love them, but there aren't enough fans. Okay. So I'm assuming that their main market is Japan, and is that side of the market not doing well? Because I feel like RPGs do better over here than they do over there. I could be wrong though. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But I'm just saying that could be a factor, right? Quick and easy pants. Sculpt. All right, we're gonna try to put a cargo pocket right here. I don't want the fingers to be in the way, so I'm gonna do it at an angle. Hopefully that won't do anything. Square Enix fans are just FF14 now. Yeah, some of those people come to 11. I know there's a lot of people who are bored of 14 and come and try 11 for the first time, or they come back to 11. I am I'm currently in Wings of the Goddess 99. I just did the red light, green light with Kate Sith mission. I do not like doing the Wings of the Goddess story. There's a lot of back and forth. Like you have to ladder up missions and quests in order to progress. The story itself is fine. It's just the way that you have to progress is not fun to me at all, and I'll be glad when it's over. But it's nothing like Alduin. Yeah, it's nothing like Alduin. Alduin makes you hard wait for long periods of time before you can progress. I'm not looking forward to that, but once those two are over, I'll be very happy. And I'm gonna do it again on another character. I'm gonna save one. I'm gonna save a couple of those characters for a stream. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, guys and gals, and I'm not gonna they and them and whatever you go, whatever you decide to. I didn't want to get into that. Okay, I'm sorry, but yes, everyone out there, you'll see. You'll all see. Wings and Alduin. I don't like the progression in Alduin. You'll all see. Yes, you'll all see. It's not. I got it down though. I got it down. It's just the one aldehyde mission. What was it called? Fire in the Hole. You need an AOE to do that. So what I'm thinking is get to 60 on the first job, and then unless the first what I do is I do warrior and then I just go straight into blue. It can work. It kind of makes it kind of makes your progression longer because you have to kind of if you're as a blue mage, if you don't know what a blue mage does, they basically all their spells are the enemy spells. They have to learn specific spells from an enemy, and on 11, it is completely RNG if you're going to learn it or not. And so when you just get the if you just get the job, you're just going to be really like less than ideal DD. But then as you start getting spells, the spells just aren't just the action, right? When you have a spell, the spells also give you stats and job traits as well, and they also combine with other spells. So you kind of have to build the job up how you want it, and then you can equip. You have to equip some of the spells before you can use them too. So with certain combinations, you can get certain stats and traits, and it makes progression a little bit longer, but it is worth it on the back end because Blue Mage is a very powerful job. You can solo a lot of things, and it's very good with support and killing a lot of mobs quickly, which is very useful for certain situations. I could save myself the trouble and do what you did before 99 and just level Red Mage all the way because Red Mage can do a little bit of everything too, but you can just go to the store and buy all your spells, from vendors or the auction house. But and while I do really like Red Mage, I don't know if I want to do it that way. I'm so used to playing as Blue Mage that I just keep defaulting to that. Or just do Scholar and be done because you have everything. Yeah, Scholar. Yeah, Scholar's another good one. Not only are they one of the best soloers in the game, but yes, they can also do all of that as well. Actually thought about that because I really want to get into Scholar. But anyway, I don't know. That's my favorite. I like the lore. I like the world. The world was really what sells it for me. The characters, I don't really care about the characters so much. Of the story, there are some that I like, and you know, but I think for me anyway, the characters are probably like the story characters are probably like the weakest for me. I really like the world and the world building and the lore behind it. But the characters are okay too. There's not like it's not like I don't like them. I think that's just the weakest part. Sharpen, yeah, we're gonna sharpen, and then we're going to mask extract. There we go. All right, and the cargo pockets pretty much are the shape that I want them to be. I'm gonna sculpt here. I agree with you, 99. I agree. I think it is. It's definitely my favorite. Before I played 11, 10, I think was my favorite. I like 10 more than 7. And the only reason why I rate 7, actually, you know what? I kind of like 8 more. I still like 8 more than, I know you don't like this take 99, but I like 8 more than 7. And I think the only reason why I rate 7 lower than many of the other Final Fantasies is because I played it so much. 7 is easily the one that I played the most, but I just don't rate it super high like everyone does. It's not my most favorite RPG. I think um I do like the characters and their backstory. The lore is alright, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I think the main story itself is what it's very. I don't know. I find that it's kind of generic, overall. I have a soft spot for 7 and 8. 10 is up there too. I can't tell you how long I tried getting Titus's shorts to become popular. Oh, you mean the one long short leg and the short one? Yeah, if they would have just made them both long, he would have been like, they tend to have besides 9, all the other besides 9 and 12, all of the other Final Fantasy characters have kind of more modern looking styles to them, right? If they would have made them both long, he would have fit right into that. I don't. Yeah, that was the only thing that I don't mind. Everything about Titus, I don't mind. It's just that one short leg bothers me a lot. It bothers me a lot. That is. But what are you gonna do? It's a style choice. I don't. As an artist, I think you should be able to do things like that. You know, that's the one thing that I agree with some artistic license in that way. You should be able to do things like that. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. 8 is so bad. You have retrospect and insider info to make 8 better. If you knew nothing at all, I promise you 8 would be horrible. You know what? 99, we're gonna put that to the test because I don't remember anything about 8. I never beat that game. I'm pretty sure I never even left the first disc. So I'm gonna play that game on stream one day, hopefully sometime this year, and we're going to see exact. I'm gonna give my fair, honest opinion. 2024, hopefully, uh, take as a first timer here. Okay, only thing that I've done in that game was do the Tetra Masher stuff and get I did manage to get Lionheart on disc 1. That's only because Tetra is it Tetra Master? I'm getting it confused with the 11 version of that game. It's Tetra Master, right? Tetra, whatever the heck. Triple Triad? I don't remember. Anyway, the card game makes the game broken, all right? Completely. That's the only reason. If you play the card game, you will get everything that you could possibly want in that game. You don't even have to level. You just play the card game. You'll get strong that way. That's what I like. I kind of like that about 8, but at the same time, I can see how it could break the game. FF8 is a troll tool of Final Fantasy. Oh wow, really? The oh my god. Well, people like that though, right? When 8 came out and I saw it, I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be way better than 7." I feel like I just like really stuck with that, even though it probably isn't better than 7. I think I just wanted to like the new thing over the thing that was out. If I remember when I was younger, I think that was what it really came down to. I thought Seifer. There was a time where I thought Seifer was better and stronger than Sephiroth because he looked cooler. He had a trench coat, and I was really into like swords and coats at the time. I'm not I'm not proud of these takes, but that was the reasoning. Seifer is nothing on Sephiroth would murder Seifer's entire family at the same time. Um, and I'm not a big fan of Sephiroth. I think, but yeah, he's the guy, the director at the time said there's no one stronger than Sephiroth. They can't argue with that, right? Well, people do and still try to argue with that, but that's what he said it. So I mean, who am I to argue, right? It's not my character. It's not my world. I didn't create it. 8 is incredible. Don't you disrespect Triple Triad like that? Yeah. Okay. So it is called Triple Triad. Okay, I get it mixed up with Tetra Master. 8 is so bad that it ruined 6. Wow, really? That is not true. You know a lot about the mechanics. You know what's not talked about enough? Chrono Trigger. Now that was a game worth playing. I never played Chrono Trigger. That's another one I gotta do. Chrono Trigger. I've played and beat Chrono Cross though, and I know Chrono as the art because I remember remember seeing ads about Chrono Trigger in Game Pro when I was in elementary school back when this game was coming out, and I did draw Chrono not knowing anything about him. Like I just drew Chrono a lot actually, but I never actually played the game. You didn't get far enough to hate it. Yeah, I don't know anything about the story. I just know that no, I don't know anything about the story. I just remember that I was in a school or a garden and we were trying to I don't know, we were taking a quiz. I remember that and we had to do a mission as a seed member, because I don't know, I guess that's like their version of Hunter X Hunter Hunters. You get a license and you can do whatever you want in the world, something like that. I don't know. And you get paid and things like that. And you had to stop the big robot, the little big scorpion robot. that you can cheese. And yeah, that's it really. I mean, I don't really know much about the story. I know there's an empress and she's probably the bad guy, but other than that, I don't know. I haven't didn't really get really far in it. But I'm willing to have my mind open enough to where if I play the game and I see where you're talking about 99 as far as bad 8 being bad, if there's something in that game that makes me understand where you're coming from, I'm open to it, okay? We're going to find out. Because you know about leveling junction and the card systems breaking things, you already know enough to taint your playthrough. I do know the full story. Is that it? I don't know, man. That all that stuff is explained in disc one. Is that really the full story is in disc one? I find that hard to believe. And I don't even remember what I did with the card game 99. I don't remember any of that stuff. I know that if I play the card game, I don't know who to play anymore. I don't know which cards to get and which cards to break down. I mean, I'm sure I could just break all of them down. Honestly, I could just do a really just get everything or play everyone playthrough and try to refigure out what I did. But as far as which cards to junction and break down and which stats to put up, because I was in another I had all the time in the world. I was in another country doing this, so I was able to figure this stuff out. But I don't remember. I mean, this was like within a couple weeks. I don't really remember anything that I did. So a new player would think the card game is just a side thing you never have to do, and most wouldn't interact. Okay. In that regard, then yes. I'm not saying it's a completely blind playthrough. I'm just saying that disc one, I remember most, not even most. I remember bits and pieces about disc one. I remember the train thing, the train plan, because that was the one part of the game that I thought was pretty funny where Renoa made the train plan and it was so bad that people were just focusing on that instead of the plan. Like, this is the worst model that I have ever seen. And they wouldn't even acknowledge the plan itself. It was just they were just really ragging on her model, and that kind of stuck with me. So I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, they just tear it to pieces. It was hilarious. I missed that about old Final Fantasy games where they were, they don't. I don't think they put things like that in their game. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I feel like they're more serious and edgy. I could be wrong. Maybe they do still. I didn't get any of that vibe when I played 14. I didn't play all the storylines, but um, kind of that type of humor. You do find that humor a little bit in 11. Maybe it's there. Yeah. Who made this? It was made from garbage. I bet that dog there could have painted it better. Yeah. Yeah, even the guy they kidnapped shits on the train when he's inside it. Yeah. Yes, that there's no way I was gonna forget that. I remember that very well. That's the only part of the game that I remember like I just played it. They were ruthless. Yeah, but yeah. I'm gonna give all the. I'm gonna play through that franchise. I'm gonna give every game a fair shake. I'm not gonna try to go in with bias. Okay, obviously I can't do seven blind. I know seven well enough to. I could probably go back and find all the stuff that I found when I was a kid. No problem. Because I played it so much. I can't do seven blind, obviously. I can't do 11 blind because I know 11 probably more than I know seven. Eight, I got disc one for the most part, I think. But nine, I don't know nothing about nine. I know 10 well enough. I never got Waka's weapon, but I know 10 well enough. 12, I don't know anything about outside of like the first hour. 13, well, I got what, hour or two in there. I kind of know 14. I can make it work in 14. 15, I don't know anything about, and 16, of course, never played it, never seen it. So those will be blind. But 7, 8, 10, 11, and 14 are not going to be blind playthroughs. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay, but I am going to try to. It's been a while for most of them, so it's gonna be blind enough. Okay, I do have a little bit of prior knowledge, but I think I can. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to breeze through everything that isn't 7, 10, and 11. Okay, that's the best I can do. But I'm gonna oh, yeah, tactics. Yeah, I'm excited for you to try 5. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go into it, even though even if I do have the knowledge, I'm gonna go into it with an open mind. Okay, no bias, nothing. I'm trying my best here. Okay, that's the best I can offer. And then I'm just gonna just give my off the cuff take on whatever the heck is going on. I'll even take notes, just so I can keep, because those are very long form games. So I'm not pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to keep track of everything that happens. If I play through it and reserve all judgment to the end, there's gonna be some things I'm gonna forget. But I'm gonna take notes. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking I should do that just so I can. I don't want to do a review, but I guess you could say it's a review, right? Like I don't want to do a retrospective or anything, but like I don't want to go into that route, but it'll be like I'm going into that route, I guess. Shadow Hearts with notes. That's the shit I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, all right, all right. Yeah, that'll be the first one. That'll be the first one, and then Zelda, of course. Of the Zeldas, I could probably 100% Ocarina still. That's the only one I've only ever beaten. Nah, I mean, I don't even remember if I beat the first one. To be honest, I remember there was a time where I didn't know where the silver arrows were. I'm not sure if I actually went back and beat it. I know some of the secrets though, so there's that. Um, but all the rest of them are going to be blind playthroughs. No doubt about it. Just one in the ocarina I can play with prior knowledge. Zelda, you may need notes if you don't use a guide. Yeah, I'm not going to use any guides. Everything that I play. I'm going to tell you if I played this before or at least tried it. If I tried it, it'll be like playing it blind. If I'm continuing from a playthrough, a partial playthrough, I'm gonna say that. But it'll be mostly blind for everything that I play because I've only played a handful of RPGs, JRPGs. And it's a genre that I like. I just don't play very many of them for some reason. I really like RPGs in general. Western RPGs is what got me into RPGs. The only Western, well, I played Buck. Of course, I said this before, but my first RPG was Buck Rogers' Countdown to Doomsday. It was the Sega Genesis version, and then right after that, the next RPG I played was Final Fantasy VII. Okay, and that was because of you, 99. You got me into it. You're the one who got me into this series. I don't even know if I ever would have tried Final Fantasy if it weren't for you. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I'm leaning towards no because there's a lot of RPGs out there that I haven't played that I've heard good things about, and I just never played them. I don't know. I never really decided to see for myself for a lot of things. But I'm going to change that. I'm going to try to play these RPGs on stream. I know they're going to be very long playthroughs. I'm going to attempt to play them how I normally would play them if I'm not streaming, which probably isn't a good thing. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's all for fun anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I got a ton of indies and RPGs for you to try. Okay. Okay. But besides 7 and 10, um, I guess you can't really beat 11, but I might as well have beaten it, right? I've done most of the things on that. Jade Cocoon, is that a JRPG? I think so. Uh, Chrono Cross, that's 4, right? 7, 10, Jade Cocoon. Uh, what did I say? 7, 10, Jade Cocoon, Chrono Cross. That's 4, yeah. Uh, I can't think of any other JRPGs right now. and I know I've beaten at least 6 RPGs in general. You can 100%, you can 100% beat 11, and we both did. Yeah, basically. I didn't play the Voracious Resurgence yet. That's a new addition to the story. So just based off of that alone, I would not technically count 11, but yeah, we pretty much did uh, everything you could do. And I've played at least all of the content in that game at least once. So we'll see. All right, so like I said, I don't want to remesh this because it's gonna mess up the wrinkles and pretty much the form of it. I don't have to do anything to the clothes if I leave them like this. Racist resurgence doesn't add more real story. It's just padding to explain the event. It's skippable unless you want the rewards. Yeah, the rewards are the reason why I want it. The rewards make it not skippable because I've seen what they give and it's pretty useful stuff. But that's more of a completionist thing on my end. It's not really essential, but I do want to do it. Um, yeah, I think out of JRPGs, those are the only ones that I have played. I can't think. Oh, is Jewel Summoner a JRPG? I guess so. I beat that. That's on PSP though. Yeah, we're about to call it here. I did the pockets. Thanks for stopping by 99. We are going to hope you have a great day at work. I think I'm gonna call it here. I wanted to put the pockets on. Tomorrow we're going to do the pouches for the LBE, and I think the clothes will be done. And then I'm gonna have to do some. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm going to do the baking, the UV unwrapping. I think I did a little bit of the baking. I'm not really worried about that, but the UV unwrapping, and then textures and hair, and then whatever final tweaks we're gonna need to do, and then we can rig the mesh and be done with with mesh number one. I'm not gonna go into doing the character sheet and the turnarounds until I get more meshes done. I want to keep doing this so that way I can solidify this workflow and do this faster down the line. I'm going to need people to stop coming to my desk while I'm trying to watch Twitch. I'm sorry that's happening. But yeah, I'm gonna try to, like I said, when I picked up 3D modeling, I used a couple of programs, and I'm trying to do everything in Blender now. So it's kind of like relearning them over again. So I'm still working through that, but this is what we have so far. We just need to do the pouches, and the clothes should be done. I think I can probably add like maybe like a unit patch or two there, but I'm not gonna add the strip with the name over the or the US. Well, actually, I might. Actually, I could do that. Probably not gonna. Yeah, yeah. I guess I could. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough polygons to add a small strip like that, so I might just have to draw that on. All right, but look forward to that tomorrow, pouches and whatnot, and we're going to try to figure out how we're going to proceed from there. Okay. I want to thank everyone for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you all being here. Tomorrow we're going to come back around the same time. I'm trying to start a little earlier. Thank you so much, Locke, for stopping by and for following, and everyone else. I will see you tomorrow. And until then, I hope you have a great rest of your day. You want to raid Spectre RTI? Sure. Is it just slash? Um, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Um, uh-oh. Hang on. Hang on. I just messed up. I okay, I'm just not gonna save that. I accidentally no, do not save those changes. I started typing and I kind of screwed up some stuff there. We're not gonna save it. Okay, slash Raid. Oh yeah, I forgot to continue with the shout outs. I'm going to remember that tomorrow. I'm sorry about that. Um, if you're watching from YouTube or the VODs, please check out Lock47 in Roman numerals, VII, Lock4 VII, and 99 Hill Potions and Low Base Guy. I'm sorry, I forgot to continue on with that. I'll get you guys tomorrow. You're welcome. You're welcome, Mark. Okay, Spectre, RT. I don't know why that does not loop that animation there. Make sure that I got everything right here. Spectre RTI. Okay. Okay, we're going. See you all over there, okay? Yeah, I have the chat popped out from the what do you call it? The creator dashboard or whatever the heck from Twitch on my other monitor, and I was using that. It should be rating. Oh, let me just hit raid now. I forgot. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? If you stop by.